Welcome to Koccolay, a channel dedicated to exploring the darkest corners of the prison system. Today, we're looking at some of the worst prisons in the world. From overcrowded and unsanitary conditions, to extreme violence and abuse, these facilities are a nightmare for those trapped inside. Be sure to like this video to show your support, and subscribe to my channel for similar content. Black Dolphin Prison in Russia is a high-security penal colony that holds the most dangerous criminals from all over Russia, including cannibals, terrorists, and pedophiles. The inmates sleep with the lights on and are constantly under video surveillance, and when they leave the cell under escort, they are followed by a dog handler with a dog. The size of the cells is small at 48.4 square feet, and the room is a cage within the cage, as the steel bars separate people from the windows and doors. Whenever convicts walk through the corridors, they are blindfolded, which prevents them from memorizing the layout of the prison, therefore reducing the possibility of escaping. The prisoners' hands are shackled behind their backs and their heads are lowered. This is the so-called swallow pose. This strategy has proven to be effective since there have been no escapes from the Black Dolphin yet. La Sabanita prison in Venezuela is considered one of the worst prisons in the world. The building is designed to hold just 700 people but actually holds more than 3,700 inmates at the same time. The prison is severely understaffed, with only one guard for every 150 inmates, and there is no proper sanitation. Violence at La Sabanita is as much a part of daily life as eating or sleeping, with rape and even beheadings being common. Most inmates sleep in cramped hammocks in narrow corridors and even on the roof of the prison. La Modelo prison in Colombia is infamous for its brutal conditions and easy access to weapons. Inmates have access to guns and even grenades, and bloodshed is commonplace. The political views of the prisoners at La Modelo are divided into leftists and rightists. The conditions at La Modelo are considered to be among the worst in the world, with a reputation for violence, abuse, and corruption. Muhanga Prison in Rwanda is considered the most overcrowded prison in the world, with a capacity of only 400. It houses around 7,000 inmates. The conditions in the prison are dire, with many prisoners having no choice but to stand all day and sleep crammed together due to a thin lack of space. The crowding is so great that many prisoners die of suffocation and disease way before their day of release. Sanitary and hygienic conditions in Muhanga are virtually non-existent, with the floor covered in a layer of filth. Many prisoners get foot infections which are treated drastically by amputation of the feet or toes. Despite the terrible conditions in the prison, in a country like Rwanda, where 500,000 people were killed in the genocide, prison conditions are not the focus of most citizens. ADX Florence was once considered the most impregnable prison in the United States. The main enemies of society, including, for example, El Chapo, were kept there. However, there have been successful escapes from there despite all the security measures and the dangerous cold currents. On the other hand, were dispersed to several maximum security facilities at once. Most went to the new Marion facility in Illinois. It was at Marion where some of the principles that were later perfected at ADX Florence were first tried. At first, they tried to re-educate prisoners with special psychological programs, but in the end, Marion had a system of controlled blocks, which meant keeping the most dangerous prisoners in total isolation for 23 hours out of the 24. On October 22, 1983, 2 prisoners belonging to the Aryan Brotherhood group stabbed to death 2 guards. This prompted the creation of a new level of prison security. ADX Florence Supermax Maximum Security Correctional Facility is part of a federal corrections complex that also includes morally lenient facilities. The county itself bought the land for the facility for $60 million, as the construction of one more prison would guarantee about 900 new jobs for the local residents. ADX Florence was put into operation on January 10, 1995, and after the reorganization of the Marion in 2006 under the medium security regime, It remained the only one of its kind in the United States. This maximum security penitentiary is a cleaner version of hell. It is designed to hold the most dangerous criminals, many of whom are held in 24-hour solitary confinement in 6.9 by 12.1 foot cells. They spend 23 hours each in their cells, with the remaining hours spent in a private room where they can walk or exercise. The table, bunk, and chair in ADX Florence cells are made of cast concrete. They do, however, have such luxuries as a toilet and sink without a tap for good behavior. Prisoners can be transferred to a cell with a TV, radio, and a polished steel mirror bolted to the wall. Thanks for your time. If you like this video, please give it a like, and subscribe to be notified once I upload a new video.